Hey, Phil from Got Memories. I have a shockingly positive story. Today, I got in a job, mini DV tapes, and taking them out of the box, out of the packaging, the customer sent to me. My hands weren't covered in junk and feeling that grit and dirt and grime and everything. And I'm looking, I'm like, there's not a lick of dust on here. These have been sealed up, protected, and, customers like actually telling the truth that they've stored them indoors and taken care of them, which everybody says they do, and about 90% of people are lying about it, because the moment you open the bag, you can see the scratches, the dirt, the this, the that. And with mini DV and Digital 8, when they've been stored in non-climate control conditions, in unair conditioned garages, damp basements, attics. I mean, who puts their stuff in the attic? I can't even get into mine, and I'm 6'4". I got to get a ladder to put basically my memories in the trash, which is the attic. Anyway, with mini DV tapes constantly clogging video heads with bars, pixelation, all of that usual stuff, I am just like, oh my God, it's a nightmare of having to stop, start, redo, clean. These tapes, out of 40 something, I've got one that had a little bit of a problem, and I fixed it, and it's just been, I've been amazed just looking around the room here at these things and not seeing pixelation. And when I see blue screen and I cue back, it's all just perfect. And it makes such a huge, just proves the point that where people have stored their home movies makes a dramatic difference in the quality and the ease of transferring this stuff. And it just goes to show all of these companies are churning out crap, mainly, well, a lot of different reasons, but because people have not stored their stuff in climate controlled, sealed, dust-free containers, all of that stuff. And this has been a pleasurable job today to do, because everywhere I just look, it is like what everyone assumes is this in this industry. You just hit play and walk away and everything just performs, and that's never the case. But today, for the first time in I don't know how long, this job has just been a breeze. And this is all stuff from 2002 to like 2011, 12, kind of average before the phones came around. And it just proves that this stuff, if people have cared for their stuff, common sense, not just put them in a tub and then thrown them in the garage, and all the dust over the years, the decades, the summer, the winter, the fall, the heat, the moisture, humidity, the cold, the contracting, expanding, all of that stuff is why so many of us here are having trouble trying to get these things to play, and it's taking more and more time, and why all of these transfer companies cannot get anything off of them, compounding not all the problems. And this is why I ask everybody now that submits a quote, I've got questions, but I put in there, or when I'm on the phone to them, where have they been stored? And I can tell when people are lying. They're like, it's been inside, yeah. That in the tone means they're not sure, or they're full of crap. And then I get it in, and I'm like, no, this has not been stored in climate control. This has not been dusted off. I had somebody the other day, it's like, oh, they've just been in a tub under our bed for about 20 years. And they sent me a picture, and there was just layers of dust on everything, on top of the spine, the plastic. No, they're good. Don't tell me, I'm the pro here. You've got dust and just 20 years of skin from your bed, and all the I can see hairs, I can see, and that all just, like, you got to be so careful opening it, because all these particles get on the tape and then it just clogs the video head. So if you do have your stuff, in any of these and you want to get a quote from me, I'm going to find out, because I get so much problem working now that it's just turning my gray hair, like it's going whoop, like all over. And I'm just like, oh my God. So soon, like now, I'm just judging. I'm like, no, this is not correct. You have not told me the truth. This stuff is crapping out. No, it's fine. It's fine. Are you here right now trying to get this shite to play? No, you're not. When was the last time you played this stuff? A couple years ago. So that's 2, right? So 2022, you ran through all your videotapes, rewound them, hit play, got them all the way to the end, no problems, put the next one in, all the way, no problems. That's when you tell me that everything's fine. If you looking at a box and it doesn't look like melted plastic, then you go, oh, it's fine, it looks fine. No. It's like buying a car and not even lifting the hood or turning the key and going, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine. No need to drive it. I haven't driven it in 20 years, but, so you're telling me this is going to drive fine? Yeah, it's good. It's been outside for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It's going to play fine. Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to share some good news mixed with some bitching. But it is amazing. This job has been the first one in a long time where I just had, with Mini DV, I haven't had any issues. And it was amazing when I opened it up that my hands just felt nice. Normally when I'm doing jobs, I have to go wash my hands like every 15, 20 minutes and they are black. My sink is black around the edges. I have to like scrub it every couple days. It just looks like a mechanic shop, like just all the black and grime. That's just from handling all this old crappy media. And we're not talking, this stuff doesn't just like leak oil or anything. That blackness and that grime is dust from the atmosphere, dust from the house, skin particles, hair, pet dander, rat droppings, dead insects. It all sounds gross, and that is what I have to unbox all the time. Then there's the mold issues, which I have to mask up and everything. So if you have your stuff and you have not stored it correctly, you need to get a camera, you need to put it in there and check it. And also, if you are going to send it off to a transfer company, i.e. me, I am requesting now that people clean their stuff, get Lysol wipes, just the outside of the casings, to clean their own personal grime off of it, because it's just getting gross. Especially with the YouTube videos that I make and I'm talking about all this stuff and they're like, oh yeah, my stuff has got back from another company and it's all crap and they've told me all these problems. I'm just going to ship it all off. It's gross, it's like an episode of Hoarders, and then people, I don't know their history, their level of hygiene. Clearly some people have got issues and don't quite rate their hygiene levels as bad as what I would. And I'm by no means an OCD freak in terms of that, but like I have people that just show up here sometimes with these tapes and I'm like, run your finger on it. And I feel like a Karen where I'm like, what's this? And they, but I don't do that. I just kind of go, guys, like I'm not putting that in my players, period. You need to go home. You need to clean that stuff. Put it in your own VCR, get hold of one and see what it comes out like. Because right now, I'm not going to shove that in my VCRs because it's like a virus that's going to sweep through all of my equipment and just wreck it. And then, all of this stuff here hasn't come from wear and tear, just like been running a long time. No, every single problem typically has come from just problems with dirt and grime, and also the tape particles, like the oxidization of everything from humidity, heat, all that stuff has accelerated the process of degrading. So it just gunks up all of the rollers, the bits and pieces, it all gets in there and just destroys all of this equipment, which is getting rarer and rarer. Parts are in short supply and so are repair people. Luckily I've got Tim next to me, but Yeah, if you've got this stuff, I mean, before you even send it off anywhere, make sure you're cleaning it, and only choose a company that is talking about cleanliness, because you know that, hey, if your stuff is clean and you truly have taken care of it, you want to hand it over to somebody that recognizes and appreciates what you've done, because it's going to turn around and pay dividends for you, and getting quality stuff back. And if you think your stuff is clean and nice and everything, and then it's going to be treated with care, and the other person on the other end is going to be doing this, to match your level of OCD and stuff. No. These companies where you go, oh, my stuff's clean, I'm going to give it to Legacy Box because my stuff's clean, it's not going to have any problems. No, that's the problem, is they're not separating filth from clean, other than mold, and all your stuff is, your pristine stuff is taking a bath with all the dirty bath, a community bath with all the other grossness. So, visualization, there's a bathtub, and like all these people that are filthy and smelly and all that stuff are in the bathtub scrubbing themselves. Get out. Yeah, your videotapes are going in with that mosh pit. So that's why a lot of people with pristine stuff are like, wait a minute, my stuff is like great. Why is it looking like crap? Because of all the players have just been ingested, like all this junk and grossness over decades. And the longer it takes, the more years that go by, the more dust that collects, the more expansion and contraction of the heat, the moisture, it just is compounding. And that's why there's so many problems in this industry. And even Legacy Box now is doing their shite marketing, telling people that the shelf life of videotapes are 25 years. And they've got a bracket, it says, that's 1999, because everyone forgets. Oh, yeah, they're a couple years old. A couple. So 2022? No, like they're from they're like 20 years old. So from 2004. No, well, and then they go, it's 1984. So they're 40 years old. Okay. So anyway, and if you are in this industry, these are little tips and tricks that you need to be breaking down with customers and reminding them, especially if they're shopping around and they're like, oh, they're doing a 50% off sale, $10 each. You've got to charge your worth, and show clearly what separates you from all these trashy companies out there. So anyway, all the best to you out there. But yeah, this is an amazing, thankfully, one out of I don't know how many that don't have issues. Anyway, all the best. Cheers.